Alright, welcome back, my baseball junkies. Here we go. The Academy is going to try to help you through the process of, the development that kids need to try to be taking to be able to improve their throwing mechanics. Okay? And I'm going to go from, where my son is at. He's a little over 2.5, about 2 years and 8 months now. What's today's date? Today's February 17th, so in a couple days he'll be 2 years and 8 months. So we're just going to start with that example all the way up on what we should be doing. Okay? First off, don't get overly frustrated with your child because they're not doing it right. They're doing what their body is doing. I mean, it's simple. I mean, you got to understand that everybody develops at a different pace than other people, okay? Like my son, I mean, at first, trying to teach it, and this was, younger than 2, or right around the 2-year mark. He just showed no interest in it, and he's still trying to get to that point. I mean, he does like baseball. You can tell he loves going and hitting the ball off the tee, but I mean, it's like 1 swing, 2 swings, maybe 3 swings and done. Sometimes he gets a little bit more. It just depends. Mommy likes to spoil him with other toys, and he's got a lot around him. So, I mean, there's a lot of different options. So, if what we were doing, and that's all he had, then he's probably going to show a little bit more interest right then and there because that's what he's got in front of him. But he's got so many options around him. He just bounces around from, toy to toy. Okay? So, he does have a little bit of glove, so, I mean, that's probably one of your guys' questions is, well, what glove is right? Well, take him to the store and figure out which one feels right. Okay? First off, you got to figure out which hand he likes to throw with. Then determine, which hand you're going to buy the glove for. Okay? And it doesn't need to be the most perfect glove. Just find one that he's going to like and enjoy. Doesn't need to be the best of the best. Okay? I mean, this glove right here, about $200, okay, and there's multiple out there. I mean, it may be more now because of inflation, but I mean, at the time when I bought it, it was $200. I mean, this is a wonderful prime glove, man. I mean, this is such an awesome glove, and I've had it for about 5-6 years. So you find the glove that is absolutely right, and it doesn't have to be a money thing. It could be a cheap glove. It could be an expensive glove, depending on what he wants. I mean, get him with what your budget is. So, I mean, especially at that age, I mean, they're going to struggle to put their hand in, okay? But then once they get it on, you show them, they're going to want to catch the ball, maybe hold it in one spot. They're not going to take it with you, so be patient, okay? So, I'm not really going to start him off for maybe a little bit of time, when we go out and actually throw and play catch, okay? I don't want to throw it. I mean, even if I'm just underhanding it, and it might boink him in the head because he's not moving his glove there. So when they're ready, you're going to be able to know, okay? And just let them have fun with it at first, okay? Who cares, if they're not squaring up their shoulder? Who cares if they're throwing it and it's not accurate and straight to you and hitting you in the chest? You don't need to be super hard on them, or you're never going to get them to want to play this game. Okay? Let them enjoy it first. Okay? Let them get that fun, that enjoyment out of it first. They make an error, it's not the end of the world. Alright? But once they start progressing, and then you want to start squaring up the shoulders. I would say roughly around 8, 9, 10 on up, you want to start squaring them up. And I mean, there's some standstill drills. Plus, you want to, like, when you play catch with this, before you start having them, hey, you got to go out to 120 and get it to me so we can get your arm strength up. No. You want to make sure they're accurate first, hitting you in the chest. So build up the progressions on your distance. Okay, I would say, you start at 30 feet and build it up. Okay, if they got a strong arm, push them back. Okay, make sure they're hitting you in the chest. If they're not hitting you in the chest, do not push them back. Alright, so we're going to go over a couple drills, a couple things that you need to be doing. So for me, I'm going to pause real quick, set up my living room, so I can just go over it. To you guys, it's going to seem like nothing. So, I mean, it's going to take me roughly a minute or two, get it all set up, get the lighting up, make sure the lighting's good, and the position is absolutely perfect. So, let's get into it. Let's start working on it. So, just remember, you know, just let them have fun with it at first. You know, just play catch. It's not about pushing them back. It's not about hitting you in the chest yet. Not being too hard on them for it. Okay, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you start trying to push them up. If they naturally got it, they naturally got it. That's great. For most, you gotta work on it, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just gotta figure out where your child is at and go from that point. Okay. So let me pause real quick and I'm going to get set up. I got my glove ready. Alright, so first off, you just want to make sure they're throwing the ball to you. Just play catch with them. Okay, and then once they start enjoying catch and they want to go out and they want to start getting better, then you start implementing some of those things to be able to, or some of the things that I'm about to show you, to be able to get them hitting you in your chest consistently. And then when they catch, they're moving their glove hand down, squeezing, 2 hands. Okay, you don't need to incorporate this all at once. Okay, incorporate it in small pieces. Okay, so if I were to do it, okay, me personally, that's what I'm doing first. Okay, I'm taking them out in the yard. We're just gonna go, hey, boom, okay. Toss it, underhand it, overhand throw, nice and light. Make sure you're getting it to them so then they can catch it, you know, whether they need to basket it or if they're moving their glove to it, okay? Get them to have fun with it first, okay? That is your first key. Get them to have fun with it first. And then once they start having more fun with it and they go, Daddy, how can I hit you in the chest a little bit more? Okay, you go, okay, son. So, one thing that you can do, you know, we're just going to be 30 to 60 feet apart, you know, depending on their arm strength, okay? The whole key is, you know, hitting in the chest. You're not going to push them back first. You know, get a lot of reps, you know, from about that distance. So, I mean, you can square them up, make sure they get squared up here, okay? Step, and then throw, okay? Make sure you extend out and you get everything going in a straight line. Okay? Another thing that you could do is really get them just squared up. Just get them in this position. They're not going to step. They just get in a throwing position and then throw. Okay? Throwing position, throw. You can add in the step. Throwing position, step, throw. Okay? Lost my balance there real quick. This knee kind of bugs me, man. I need to go get it fixed. But, yesterday I was recording a video and it popped in on me in the middle of it and I just had to keep going. And it was something. But, painful, had to ice a little bit that night. So, you can incorporate that. You can incorporate them just standing facing you. And then they just turn and throw. Okay? Turn and throw. And then one thing you want to do is making sure that everything's going in a straight line. They're extending out in front of their face. Okay? Right about the hat level towards you. Okay? Extend that arm all the way out. Alright? I mean, throwing basics is not that hard. So once you start getting those down, start incorporating the legs. So after they catch it, have them get set. They're not catching it and trying to get it to you real quick. You'll probably see that. They'll catch it and they just want to throw it. And the quicker they move, the sloppier they get. Okay, slow them down. see that all the time, you know. And then some of them are getting yelled at for not getting good throws there. Slow yourself down, set yourself up first. Okay? That comes later. Okay? So from about that same distance, 60 feet, if their arm is strong and they're showing good accuracy, okay, just get them to step behind, do the step behind, throw through, everything going in a straight line toward your target, okay? So right here, step behind, here, get in that good throwing position, throw, extend through, okay? Let that arm follow through. And then you just start pushing them back, start challenging them, okay? As you get older, you will do a little bit more within that long toss. You start doing long toss differently, but you've already got the accuracy down, you got the footwork, everything going in a straight line. You got your shoulders squared towards your target, you're extending, following through. Okay, I mean, those are ultimately your keys, especially at the younger ages. So, I mean, once you're like 12, 13, 14, 15, on up, college level, beyond, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could be doing the quick, but you're going to be getting in this position, okay? A lot of the young guys, you'll see, okay? And when you're playing catch, don't be lazy. Still get on them, let them know that, hey, you got to slow yourself down, make sure you get square. So once you catch it, okay, get yourself set, okay? You can step here, turn the shoulder, and throw, okay? But even pro levels, like, I mean, you won't really see them rushing their long toss, okay? So you want to make sure that they're getting themselves squared up before you even move on, okay? Slow them down first, okay? Once they get a lot of repetitions in, it becomes muscle memory. Then add in a little bit quicker, being able to turn and whatnot, okay? And take pride in your throwing, okay? This is where you truly get better at it. Even if you're just playing catch to have fun, make sure you're still doing it right, okay? Because this is where you increase your accuracy, you increase your arm strength, your arm health. If you're doing it incorrectly, you're warming up incorrectly, you're not taking pride in it, and you're just goofing off, you're not going to get better. Throwing is so important. Okay, long toss is so important, for your overall game. And it's not just pitchers, okay? It's infield, it's outfield. You got to be accurate at all those positions. Catcher, okay? Take pride in it. Okay, so start them off slow and just progress with them. Some may have a slower process, some may get it right away and run through. Okay, those are some simple things that you can do to make sure that they're improving on their throwing mechanics. So I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'm a simplifier. Learn some patience, especially with your own child. Don't drive them away from this game. Okay, because you're being too hard, especially at an early age. Okay, there's no point in being too hard that early. Okay, make sure you make it fun for them at first. Okay, so that's all I got for right now. Make sure you take them out in the yard and just make sure they're doing all this process slow. Learn their process and work with them. Okay, that's the ultimate thing as a parent, is they want your time. You're not giving them the time, that's when you start seeing, some issues happen, okay? And you start seeing some passion, especially within this game, drives them away, okay? Don't be too hard on them, okay? Let them have some fun, okay? And then you start pushing them based on what they're doing, okay? So, those are some key things, and go have fun.